I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Back on YouTube, or at least the KVJ Show YouTube. So nice to be there. So hopefully no more infractions or issues. We'll see how it goes. We can all be hopeful. Trying to take this to many more platforms as well. Coming soon to your Instagrams and TikToks and all kinds of stuff. So the ATS is going to be there. I think we at least have Twitch going on and Facebook. So got more and more. So hopefully very soon we won't be reliant on just one big old platform. We'll have many. So we'll slowly get kicked off them all.
We want to burn every bridge.
Absolutely. That's how we do it.
Well, if we're going to do it, let's do it big, baby.
That's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it. Yeah. So we are there now. So we do appreciate you getting the word out, continuing to like, share, all that kind of good stuff. Definitely helps us out. And also sending us your comments from what we talked about on the show today. One of those was talking about Nick Reiner. His attorney dropped him for a reason we don't know, but then said, without doubt, he is not guilty of murder. Didn't really explain if he said, hey, he didn't do it at all, or there's not a chance he's going to be convicted of real murder. And I think they're talking about the possibility of the death penalty. And
Which
don't
is
know.
weird for California.
But you still can
Right.
be clinically insane and murder people.
But I think what I said with the death penalty, I don't believe if you are found clinically insane that they will give you the death penalty.
You're correct.
So I think that's the caveat.
I will say this, though. It is very hard to prove in court that you're clinically insane. It is not an easy thing to prove.
Really? Okay.
And many, many serial killers and murderers have tried to claim this, and it takes a lot.
Okay.
Even people, that you go, oh, shit, they're clearly insane. They'll say, nope, they were in their right state of mind. When you have premeditation going on, that's when you start to take away your clinically insane, because you're showing everybody you had a plan, you knew what was going on, you knew right from wrong. So that's different than a murder of passion.
But how does that work, for instance, if you have had the voices in your head telling you for a while that you needed to commit murder, and then you went through the plotting of it, still with the voices, go in, commit the murder with the voices, and then go out? Is that a premeditation, or is that just actually prove that you're clinically insane?
You'd have to prove that you really are hearing voices, because if I killed 5 people and I'm in court to go, the voices told me, you're not going to just take my word for it. You have to have, really, really great professionals, multiple ones, and they have to really agree on, is this person clinically insane or not? Because people have done that before too. The voices. Like, shut the fuck up. You're guilty. You know what you're doing. You're off to the gas chamber.
Well, it sounds like at least part of the story is going to be that his doctor changed his medication right before he murdered his parents.
Yeah, but still, if you can prove too that he's got a long line of drug behavior, and just because you're on medication doesn't give you the out of you're clinically insane.
Well, they're trying to blame the doctor, is what they're saying, that he was doing great, then the doctor changed the medicine, and then he killed his parents. That's the story that just broke today.
There's also just a track record of this guy spiraling before the meds had been changed too. So they're going to look at all that. I'm not saying it can't happen. It's just tough it doesn't always work out for the person trying to say they're insane. It takes a lot to prove that.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing that I've noticed, because they've shown some family photos, and Nick Reiner was in them with his parents and his siblings and whatnot. And without really know anything about the story, you could pick out the troubled one.
Yeah, he always had crazy eyes.
And when I was younger, I used to always hear the windows are the eyes to the soul. And I never really got that. But I got to tell you, as I get older, and maybe it's because I've seen the difference of people that were genuinely good people and people that were just off, that I see it. And I saw many examples, and it started with, my own grandmother when I was a young kid, and she had a lot of mental health issues. I remember at least 7 different times. She went to where they put you in a jacket, padded room, that kind of stuff. Like, it was pretty intense. And in an instant, I could look at my grandma and I could tell. I was like, oh boy, Grandma ain't coming. Grandma ain't here right now. And you would talk to her and her comments would be way out there, and you saw it in her eyes. And, I've said stuff, and I've been careful what I've said about, Britney Spears and things like that. I know people are very sensitive about that, but I look and I see certain things, and I see her eyes. I saw his eyes, and it's getting to the point now where in a lineup, you could be like, one of these 5 people has done something that is devious. Pick out, and I will go right to the eyes over anything else. I'm not going to judge your tats or your hair or your clothes. I'm going to look at your eyes, and I've really, as I've gotten older, that's something to me. When I first meet people, I really do. I look at your eyes, and I can kind of get an idea of where you are. What is your temperament right now? Are you happy? Are you pissed? Are you a little bit out there? Are you drunk? Are you sober?
There are many cases where somebody was trying to kill somebody. Everything was cool, and then someone snapped. And there's so many accounts of people going, oh my gosh, their eyes changed. All of a sudden, their eyes went dark. They weren't there. Their eyes literally changed shapes of something evil and horrible.
It's amazing. And I think there's a lot that we as humans will never be able to really quantify with any kind of certainty. But I think we just have those kind of intuitions. And like I said, as I've gotten older, I fully get that statement. It's so valid. And it's something I wish I would have understood when I was younger, but now at the age that I am and having seen it, it really is insane. You can tell so much immediately by looking in somebody's eyes. And Kristen said, sometimes you just see nothing behind someone's eyes. And you're right, it's vacant and it's terrifying.
That's what they say, about the Night Stalker, about all these serial killers that go all of a sudden when they went into murder mode, their eyes were gone. It was as if something was possessing them.
And I've got my own theories on that. I know a lot of people will jive with.
I do too.
If you're a spiritual person and you believe in that kind of stuff, I would say now I only give it to context for people that have never heard, but when we talked to that one person that saw dark entities their entire life, considered it a curse, and they would look at someone and they looked troubled, and she would actually be able to physically see a dark entity whispering in the person's ear. And you could tell in their eyes that they were troubled. And to me, I bought all into that.
I do too.
I could see it.
It explains why some people go fucking nuts.
Yeah, and look, I will tell you too. I that's why I believe anybody can do it. I've been to places where I'm like, devil, get away, because I can almost
feel it.
Yes, I can feel like something is trying to take me down a dark path and make me make a rash, bad decision right now in this moment.
Well, think about, and I think everybody at least once in their life, they hit a low point. They're down and out. Imagine if you got low energy or low frequency in your spirit. And I'm not saying you're a murderer or anything, but then you start adding hardcore drugs to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those two things together, that can change your eyes and turn you into a fucking demon. It really can.
And they say don't judge a book by its cover. But I have been judging books by their cover all my life. And I think it is the way to judge books. When people send you nonverbal clues like their eyes or their movements of what they're up to, believe them.
Yeah, and I'm not saying everybody who's got, different kinds of eyes, they're going to do something evil.
I'm keeping my eye on you.
I'm saying when you're talking to somebody and all of a sudden their eyes change in front of your face, that's what I'm talking about.
That's the devil.
Yes.
Well, look,
and I'm using devil as just a shorthand.
Whatever it is.
Whatever evilness is going on in you, I think that the low frequency of your spirit and then compounding that with drugs or whatever your poison is, I think it's dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it really kind of knocks you off your mark. You're not in tune with who you are and whatever the things are that run our universe. I think it does kind of throw you out of balance. And look, I think so much of life is balance. And whenever there's an imbalance in anything, you notice that's when things go haywire.
That I've always noticed, as soon as shit in my life goes one way, like you're saying, not balanced, whatever the situation is, that situation always becomes fucked.
Yeah.
You
absolutely.
have to have balance.
Yeah, that's why to me, I'm always in my mind, be like, how am I doing? Am I kind of in the middle? Am I doing all right? Because it can get away from you super fast because it's one step in the wrong direction and you start taking more and more steps in that direction. Next thing you know, like, how the hell did I get here? It can happen fast. And that's why I try to be understanding with people that have stepped out of bounds because I have an appreciation that can really happen to about anybody.
And I think you can be a person who maybe not subscribe to religion. Maybe you consider yourself an atheist. That doesn't mean you're not a spiritual being. You can still be spiritual. Spiritual and being religious, I think, are two different things. I think people kind of conflate the two sometimes.
Well, and look, a lot of us are probably putting the same labels or different labels on the same thing. We just call it something else.
Exactly.
But it's probably we're all talking about the same thing. We're just talking about it a different way. So, the comment that we got from Angela, she said Reiner's attorney was also the same lawyer that defended Karen Reed and Kevin Spacey.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. The good ones.
Isn't his name like Alan Jackson or something?
Yeah, Alan Jackson's got to be.
Really?
That's confusing too.
That's got to be. That must have pissed him off,
dude.
So bad.
Can we not give this cat a different name?
Chattahoochee, Alan Jackson's got to be like, what the shit, man?
Right? Yeah.
You got to be shitting me.
Or even this guy who's trying to be taken seriously. And imagine that, too. You're growing up, and let's say you spent the first 20 years of your life with a certain name, and then out of nowhere, somebody with your exact name becomes a global superstar. And then
shit.
It's just ingrained in people's heads. That when they hear this name, they're like, oh, are you the... No, I'm not.
Imagine if you were, back in the 90s, just a regular kid. Yeah, your name's Jeffrey Dahmer, and then all of a sudden that story breaks. You're going, son of a bitch, a cannibal? That's just awesome.
You got to change your name.
Sure. Yeah, I think you might have to.
I don't need that heat.
I don't want that.
I'm out here trying to just survive.
That Dahmer heat?
No.
Mm-hmm. I thought this was eye-opening. We talked about the last couple of days, but what is going on with Universal, Orlando, their Epic Universe, and the Stardust Racers, and where the story had come from. They had dealt with the one accidental death that had happened on the roller coaster, and then over the break, 5 more lawsuits dropped against them, with one person talking about being paralyzed.
Wow.
People talking about their heads hitting the cart in front of them. I was like, okay, how did nobody call this out if that's true? And then we were talking about how do places like Universal and Disney, and look, we see it all the time. There are people that are just the ambulance chasers and people are just trying to make some out of nothing because they're looking for a quick buck. Yeah.
They'll sue anybody because they don't want to work.
Mm-hmm. And I got a nice compliment here on the show, but a little insider information regarding the Stardust Racers at Epic Universe. My best friend from college is a creative director for Universal and has helped build Epic Universe the last 5 years. And her specific project was building Celestial Park, the land where Stardust Racers sits, and she helped produce that ride. I was able to go to the previews of the park in May, and I rode the ride twice. I love rides, and it's definitely not for the faint of heart. If you ride in the back row, it is the most G-force legally allowed in the U.S. on roller coasters.
Wow.
My husband and I rode twice in a row, and our knees were shaking after sitting in the back, but it was still so fun. There is absolutely no way you would hit your head on the seat in front of you. The ride is going so fast, you can't really lean forward unless you were trying. I loved how free I felt without the chest restraints. All that said, these lawsuits coming out are a complete money grab from opportunists. The amount of testing and legalities that needs to be done in order for the ride to open is insane. The coolest thing my friend told me about was the team doing water balloon drops at various points on the ride to monitor potential projectiles. This exact track ride has also been built around the world 5 times prior to the one in Universal, all without lawsuits or deaths. One thing the media also didn't relay about the man who died on the ride was that he had ridden the ride, I think, 4 times the day prior to his passing. It is so unfortunate that he passed, but I truly think it was a perfect storm that caused this to happen. The woman who sued about permanent migraines posted a review on the ride weeks after she rode, calling it amazing. They also rode the ride in previews during friends and family access. I feel so bad for whoever works for the parks that got her early access just for her to sue them. Yeah, can you imagine that? You bring in a friend and family and they turn around and sue the park, be like, thanks, man. You imagine what an asshole you look like to your boss? Be like,
Well,
this is your friend, right?
They probably fire that person.
I don't know. I don't know if you would on that, but I mean, you'd at least feel like, come on, man. You've revoked for life. Overall, the ride is great if you love a thrill and can take fast speeds. I felt worse coming off of a wooden coaster at Busch Gardens in my teens than Stardust Racers in my 30s. As for the engineers that built Stardust Racers, I feel bad that they have to explain themselves for something that should be a crowning achievement for their careers. It's really a great ride, and Epic Universe is an amazing park.
Well, once again, our litigious society has ruined something because now this ride is marred with all kinds of bad press.
Yeah, I had a bunch of friends go, and they said they had an amazing time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wonder if Universal saw it coming and are not surprised, or if they're caught a bit off guard, because you've got 6 lawsuits now that have come at them.
And those people just want to get money because they know there was a payday for the guy that died. And they're like, oh, if they paid the guy that died, maybe they'll pay us too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my friends and family had a great time. I mean, the husband came back. He was just missing his hand.
Well, luckily, they've got a replacement in the gift shop for $80.
Is that it? That's a bargain.
It's a bargain.
My gosh.
Mm-hmm. We were talking earlier, too, about different scams and how you got to try to keep up on them. And they've got some that are really just, I don't know what you do. Some of them are really tricky. The QR code one kind of gets me. You can't trust any QR code in public. If somebody handed me one and I knew it, then I would take a chance on that. But if not, then I'm assuming somebody's probably put another QR code sticker over the one that's supposed to be there.
If it's not, something through technology, it's something, I was telling you about the one scam where people are putting rocks in food at a restaurant and then claiming that they have dental problems.
Chipped a tooth. And meanwhile, the tooth was already chipped and you put the rock in your sandwich.
Whether it's, cyber scam or on the street scam, scams galore.
Scams galore.
Mm-hmm. And this one comment we got said, AI copied my friend's grandson's voice and called the grandfather saying he was in an accident. He had to get $10,000 right away.
That's what happened to my dad.
And it sounded just like his grandson. But luckily he called his son to make sure that he was okay before he sent the money. But AI copied the grandson's voice and called him directly.
What app is this? Evil.app?
My dad had it happen to him. My half brother called my dad, but it wasn't him. And he said, I've been in an accident. They're bringing me to the police station. I need to get an attorney. Like, it was all this stuff, but it had to happen like immediately. And please, can you wire me some money quickly? Because I need this and this and this. And my dad was like, whoa, wait a minute. Because it was the voice of his son.
Yeah.
He knows the voice of his son, and he believed it was him, but then the words weren't making sense. And then my dad figured it out that it was a scam. But for like 5 minutes, my dad thought that his son had been in an accident.
Oh, I'm going to get kidnapped. They're going to call you. We got Jay Bird, but it's going to be real.
I don't answer my phone unless I know the number.
Virginia, please, they're going to kill me. Oh, this is some AI bullshit. Fuck you. And then hang up, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
It's really kidnapped.
Yeah, it's really my voice when you think it's AI.
Yeah, right.
I can see how this shit's
Jay
going.
Bird is not kidnapped. Shut the fuck up.
Jay Bird, this prank is lame. Fuck you.
All right, kill him then.
Yeah. As you wish.
Yeah, we mentioned the need that in your family, you should have a code word. Because that is the one thing. Even though they can replicate a voice, they wouldn't necessarily
know your family's safe word.
Right, if you're not putting it down somewhere, like don't put it then in a document somewhere on your phone. Be like, our family safe word is
llama.
Yeah.
Don't write it down. Just have a conversation about it.
Shitty memory, though. Oh, fuck, what was that password?
And do it while you're all sober.
They'll go, what is your password? Or we'll kill you. Shit, I forgot it.
We did this. I'm so curious if everybody in the family still knows the password.
Oh, we know what it is.
What?
Chickens.
No, it's
Butts.
not. No, it's not Butts.
It's Rob Schneider.
It's not.
Schneider's tough to spell.
It is tough to spell.
He's in town this weekend, by the way.
Is he?
Really?
Oh, I'm so surprised. I didn't get any notifications.
Yeah.
Does he only do South Florida?
Fort Lauderdale Improv. No, he does a lot of places.
I know.
He loves it here. Yeah.
He's actually on an uptick.
Oh, no.
Which I hate to have to say.
He got a resurgence.
He did.
Without a doubt.
He got a big resurgence.
He's on a lot of panels.
He's got me blocked on all social media, though, so I don't see any of his
I
movements.
think he's got me blocked, too, because I didn't realize I tagged him. And, hey, guys, remember the Rob Schneider? I wasn't trying to be a dick. I did not mean to tag him in the Instagram video, but it's the whole interview of us. It's the news report. Like, fuck Rob Schneider. And it's tagged to his account. I'm like, oh, shit, I tagged him.
You're just as bad as me.
And I know he saw it.
Oh, you know he saw it. He pretends like he doesn't know who we are, but that bitch knows who we are.
All those celebrities say they don't read shit about themselves, and they
Whatever.
are fucking liars.
They read it all.
They read it all, Kevin.
He's probably got a picture of me and you hanging up in the box office at the Improv. Do not let these motherfuckers in.
Oh, he fucking he really hates you.
Oh, he really hates me. Yeah, I made it personal.
Yeah. Fort Lauderdale Improv. And Daniel, if you want to see him.
There's your
Look,
endorsement.
I am just a poncho, a sombrero, and a fake mustache away from going in there and fucking his world up.
Boy, what a way to sell a comedy show.
Doug sent an email. He said, I was listening this morning when you guys were talking about the food pyramid and how Dr. Oz was saying some alcohol is okay. Well, there is a book by Edward Slingerfield that argues that alcohol is what made civilization possible. It made us relax and easier to get along with each other. He makes a good argument, and the book is a very good one.
It's a philosophy that there would be way less fucking if it weren't for alcohol, and there'd be way less people on this earth.
Denny's has a whole theory about alcohol and why it's important to the human race, because let's just say there's only 2 people left and you guys do not like each other, not attracted to each other, but you drink a couple bottles or whatever. You're like, you want, all right, well, let's fuck. And that's how you keep civilization.
Keep it going.
He believes that. He goes, that's how people communicate, talk, get it in.
It's how the guys have the nerve to speak to girls at a party. Maybe they wouldn't have.
Well, is it possible there's a place for everything on the planet? It just maybe there's a balance like you're talking about. Maybe not heroin.
Maybe don't drink a full banana daiquiri at 10 a.m.
I think there's drinking and having fun, and then I think there's over drinking, and it's sad and depressing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Everything in its rightful place, and I think that's what Doc Oz was awkwardly trying to say in his press conference. Now, I got this email as well, and it says, dermatologists, doctors, and registered dietitians have all debunked the beef tallow hype. Please stop. Yeah, that's what they've done.
But it feels so good on my skin.
Yeah, they flipped the food pyramid upside down.
Beef tallow on your skin does feel lovely.
There's just some shit out there that feels too good that you know it's bad for you, and you're just like, fuck it. I got to have something, right?
Yeah, one person had texted in. They said they're just weeding out fat people, giving them all heart attacks. I'm not putting beef fat on my face. K-beauty all the way.
Yeah, what's next? Cat turds? You know what I mean? We got to be careful of what we're always believing and reading.
If they told you that a cat turd mask could turn back the hands of time, though, and erase all the crow's feet.
I know I had bad crow's feet, but I'm okay with it. You know, it is what it is.
Bad feet's our thing.
I was out in the sun a lot, never used sunscreen, and you're the only one that ever really brings it up unless I read comments on social media.
Who you think's leaving the comments on social media?
You're leading the charge. That fuck Crow's Foot Pennington.
Crowfoot Pennington.
Got an email from Karen. She said, I just heard on the ATS Virginia saying that she's forgetting things and it could be dementia, but I just want to let you know that I have gone through menopause, and you will definitely lose your memory during menopause and after menopause. Just keep that in mind.
I know.
The woman that cut my hair went through all of the stages of menopause, and
That must have been a fun haircut.
I'm not going to lie. I could not wait to get the fuck out of there.
Like, really, lady?
I couldn't believe it. I go, how the hell did I leave work out of a menopause conversation into another menopause? And I had to sit there and take it.
Yeah, where are you going to go?
Well, she had the fucking scissors in her hand.
You got the cape on.
Yeah.
You're stuck.
Nowhere. And I'm like, oh, I act like I was interested. I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yes, that's really.
But look at you. You retained some information, and you're back here regurgitating
I
it.
did. It does make you it makes you forgetful, and it can make you think there's other things wrong when there's not other things wrong. Give you a little anxiety as well.
Totally. And then when you drink as much as I do, it's not a good combo.
I can't believe you can drink as much as you do and still fall asleep. I'll have a beer and I won't sleep for a week.
It is kind of unreal. I thought that as well. I'm like, I don't know how she sleeps like that.
I don't know either. I do, though. I sleep good.
Some people are like that. Oh my gosh. There's some people who can drink a bottle of wine and then just have the most angel / infant like sleep.
You've seen me.
I did. Oh, yeah, when I had COVID, which was awful. I'm up in the front of the RV, grinding it out. And I look back, and the guy driving, Joe Ponton, hit a pothole. Your body jumped up in the air, landed hard back on the bed into a... So peaceful. I was like, oh, that fucking witch.
That was crazy. We went to the same concert, stayed in the same RV. I had lovely, pleasant sleep and a great party. Mm-hmm. He got COVID.
I stood up
and we shared a space.
I stood up and said, I got COVID, y'all, without even knowing, and sure as shit, I had it. You saw me call my shot.
He said, I think I have COVID. And I was like, what? How? Where? When?
And then she passed out into the most peaceful sleep I've ever seen a human have.
Yeah.
Babies, toddlers don't even sleep like that.
I know, right? It's kind of amazing.
And I was jealous. I hated the player and the game at the time.
Well, before you know, we're going to be in music festival season. We got a lot. They're adding more to South Florida. But as we add a few, because, we got that one that's going to be coming on Valentine's Day to West Palm Beach that they're going to be doing. We lost Rolling Loud, the hip-hop festival.
Oh, yeah.
That has come to Miami Gardens and the Hard Rock facility there. Yeah, they're going to be moving to Orlando. It's going to be May 8th through the 10th. So we lost Rolling Loud for some reason.
Loud?
Loud. Rolling Loud, yeah.
Does rolling quiet work? If you countered.
For old people.
But you did easy listening music.
Yeah, if you play like yacht rock.
That would fucking rock.
See? Old people love it.
Love it.
I would love it.
Love
Kevin would like it too. There's some yacht rock Kevin likes.
He's old too.
You like yacht rock too? What the shit are you talking?
I'm old too.
I went to a yacht rock party a couple weeks ago.
How was
Fantastic.
it?
It was nice. It was good.
Was it on a yacht?
No, it wasn't.
But what does that consist of?
It was people just kind of wearing the yacht rocky type. There's a look to it.
Yeah.
And so you wear stuff like that. I think I had like on a white jacket and, white pants.
Sweater vest and white loafers.
Where do you shut down yacht rock? When something not yacht rock to you, it's a little too got too much balls to it. And what constitutes as a yacht rock song for a Kevin Ralston?
It's your Christopher Crosses and all that kind of that era of the 70s to early 80s, and it's what was adult contemporary.
Michael McDonald,
easy listening kind of shit. Yeah, okay,
that's pretty much it. It's stuff that your parents or your grandparents will listen to, and now you're like, oh, it's kind of cool. It's nostalgic. Yeah, it's got a sound to it.
Loggins and Messina.
Oh, don't even get me started.
I won't.
Not too many people give a fuck about a Messina, but that Loggins, though. I'm kidding. Jim Messina is very high respected.
So sorry, Jim, if you're listening.
No, he's respected. I shouldn't have said that.
There's some other musical announcements, too, that people might care about. Bruno Mars has announced that his new album is going to be dropping on February 27th, and the first single comes out tomorrow. So we'll be able to check that out, hear what Bruno Mars' new album. It's been a while since he's had songs, and I think you may forget how long it's been since he actually came out with his own solo album because of all of the songs he's worked on, Apathy and... with Lady Gaga and all those other ones that have come out. Kind of
a ballsy move for his opening song. Die with a Frown is the name.
Something. Flip side of it. Yeah, his new album's going to be called The Romantic as it drops. Also, I saw that Brandon Flowers, he is the lead singer of The Killers. He is going to be dropping 2 new solo albums this year.
Something's wrong with the Killers.
He killed the Killers.
They don't like each other. They want to go in different areas.
He does this a little bit, and it's kind of odd. He almost does a little bit of a softer sound when he does solo stuff. He has a song called Crossfire. It's fantastic. Really good song. It should be a pop hit. I don't know why it never made it.
That does sometimes happen where one person will write something a little bit more ballady or just something that's not necessarily what they're into, and the other band's like, well, I don't fucking play this shit. This is not us.
And I think they got a healthy spot with it, saying, okay, I get what the Killer sound is, and when I've got something that fits the Killers, then it'll be in the Killers, and when I write something that doesn't really fit, then that'll be my solo stuff. They seem like they're okay with it. Now, the Killers are aiming for a full new album in 2027, so I think they're fine.
Okay.
I think everything's good. He's just saying, hey, my creative path took me down some of these songs that don't fit for the Killers, so it sounds like he's going to do 2 albums and then a quick little tour, and then the Killers will come back in 27.
I like it when bands allow other people to explore different creative avenues.
I think you should.
Well, that's what happened. That was the big thing with Metallica. Jason Newsted wanted to do his own band and got heat behind it. The record label was going, we want to release this, especially because you're part of Metallica.
Yeah.
And it was all set to go. And Jason Newsted.
I've hung out with him.
And he's all about the music, man. I mean, that guy is
talented.
He's a big creative.
Yeah, he is. He's very
his wife. His wife's an artist.
Very creative. And the lead singer of Metallica squashed it because of his ego and said, nah, man, you fucking Metallica 1,000% or it's nothing. You can't do. He's the one that stopped that album from happening.
James Hetfield.
Yep. Yeah, he caused
what a dicky thing.
Caused a lot of drama, and that's one of the reasons why he ended up leaving the band.
Damn.
Yeah, I think I've kind of heard, and I haven't gone through the My Perfect Monster or whatever the hell they did a special on it where they went to therapy together. But
awesome. Awesome.
I think they kind of bullied him a bit.
They did.
Because they had a bass player that died in a freak bus accident. The bus tipped over and landed on their bass player.
Oh, my gosh. A tour
him.
Bus?
Yeah. And so they loved him. And so I think the replacement, that was kind of tough. And so I don't think they were ready for it. The guy that they have in there now, Robert Trujillo, they seem to respect him and get along with him. But yeah, Jason Newsted, I think he's even kind of said that he felt bullied in the band, and it didn't click. They were kind of dicky to him.
James and Lars especially. The one dude, Kurt, he seems like a pretty peaceful guy and not a dick, the guitar player.
Okay, yeah.
With the long hair. He seems like a Denny's type.
Right.
It's just, hey, man, let's just get along. And the other, Lars and James were the dick faces.
Yeah. And I thought this was kind of amazing when you put it in perspective. They say Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon has spent 996 non-consecutive weeks on the Billboard 200 chart. It is, of course, 4 weeks from hitting the 1,000-week milestone. Now, just to put a bit in perspective of what this means, it came out in 1973, and they say that it dropped from number 114 to 167 on the tally, dated January 10th. And they say that this record that they have has been held the title of the longest charting album since 1983. So this is basically something I guess no other album has done. 19 total years worth of rankings. It's been on the charts.
TikTok was helpful to some songs from Pink Floyd, too.
Sure, but I mean, keep in mind, TikTok hasn't been around that long. So they started this in 73. So, I mean, they've been doing a lot on their own.
Kevin brought it up. There's something about songs before 2000-ish that just stand the test of time, where other songs that were made that were great after that fact go out into the atmosphere, never to be seen again. And you wonder, is there something going on there where songs just built differently? I mean, we've always talked about how pop songs now, the last minute and a half is nothing but a repeat chorus on a lot of them. They didn't do that all the time back then.
No, you're right.
And you wonder, is that something that people have noticed?
Yeah, there might be something to it. I mean, that I think is going to be the big test coming up as we have more AI music. Is there something in these songs that are written that connects with the human spirit that we can't even maybe detect? But it's the reason why we are going to love some of this music. When you play it next to AI, be like going, I don't know why, I'm just connected, even though you can't tell what's AI and what's not.
Well, I think that the songs you play when you do AI, there's a lot of writing and constructing still going on to make it sound that good. It's not just someone said, play me Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places. And it doesn't work that way. You have to really kind of still do some work to a point where it almost matches the real length of doing something if you're doing it right.
I think that our attention spans are doing a disservice to music as well. In fact, I saw popular music has grown progressively darker and less complex. They say that stress-related language increased 81% during this period, while positive sentiment declined steadily. And they say songs also became structurally simpler and more repetitive with less vocabulary variety in it.
Well, that's what was awesome about songs back in the day. You would hear a first verse, and you knew that second verse was going to be a completely different set of words and thoughts and ideas, and songs would tell stories.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like, on my day, but I even hear younger people say this. From all different generations say that. There's a lot of young people that are going back to old music because they think it sounds cool and it's different.
When it was the original, so many songs now have been redone and retread so many times. They're not saying anything new. They're just saying what was already said. And so you're not getting a new message. I mean, how many repeats do we have? There's a song, like there might be one song, it's been used 85 times. And that's not even really an exaggeration.
Yeah.
Dang.
Especially when you're talking about dance, hip hop and all that stuff. They take the exact same little riff or whatever it was, cut, and it's pretty much the same lyrics and song.
Yeah, and there is a very loud audience, and for some reason, it's ignored for some reason. I don't know why. People want new music. They want new original music. There's a lot of people who want that. So remaking shit doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
It's the trend.
Yeah. Well, I'm really kind of hoping that, if we do get AI stuff, let it survive in its own lane, but maybe it'll actually create a boom of creatives creating different music. Because look, to me, the way in life is when somebody zigs, you got to zag. And so if they're writing shorter songs that you can't compete with, the AI does, because there's a formula to it and it's going to connect. Let's just go on ahead and go back to songs. Because, look, that Pink Floyd album, that's the thing. Long-ass songs that take forever to take off. I mean, you'll have 3 minutes of an instrumental that's slow, and you're like, what's going on? Like, doesn't make any sense, but it's still on the charts. People are connecting with it somehow.
Not everybody wants your quick 2-minute repeat.
Yeah.
We've been beating the brain to think everybody wants that. That's not true.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, well, we got a story that is breaking today. I guess a little bit of a surprise because I did not think it was going to happen. But after 4 seasons, Mike McDaniel, head coach of the Miami Dolphins, has been fired.
Whoa. Oh, the best move would be to hire Michael McDonald to get in there. Instead of Mike McDaniel, it's getting Michael McDonald.
That'd be something.
Let's go, Dolphins. I know we can do it now.
Nobody's predicting that. There are a lot of names that are thrown out there. I've not heard Michael McDonald.
How awesome would that be?
Yeah, he went 35-33 in the regular season, 0-2 in playoffs, 35-35 overall, an exact 500 record. And I guess Stephen Ross, he sat down with them, had a conversation about where they've been and where they're going. And after that, he's like, yeah, I think we need to go in a different direction. So, yeah, Stephen Ross said, after careful evaluation and extensive discussions since the season ended, I have made the decision that our organization is in need of comprehensive change. I informed Mike McDaniel this morning that he has been relieved of his duties as head coach. I love Mike, and I want to thank him for his hard work, commitment, and the energy he brought to our organization. Mike's an incredibly creative football mind whose passion for the game and his players was evident every day. I wish him and his family the best moving forward. And I think he is a really good offensive coordinator. But I think there is a difference between somebody who is the person that sets the culture for the organization and somebody who calls the plays and does that. And I think for Mike, nothing wrong with being a great offensive coordinator. Look, you can still make several $1 million every single year, and he's going to do well. And I think he's a lovely individual and great at that. I just don't know that.
And a good people person.
Yes, people do love him.
They loved him.
But they had talked about it seemed like there was just missing some oomph. Things might have been a little too lax because he's too much of a buddy-buddy coach.
Gotcha.
And I think the Dolphins needed some change. So we'll see. I know everybody's going after John Harbaugh, who was fired from the Ravens. But we'll see where it winds up going.
Man, if I was in charge of the Dolphins, Michael McDonald's the coach, and we get Dan Marino back for at least 6 games.
Okay. Well, maybe pitch that to Stephen Ross. See how he likes your ideas.
I would love. Just give me one sit down.
Yeah.
That would be kind of amazing if you could somehow get a sit down.
I mean, just
and pitch that ridiculousness.
Just so security could throw me out of the building.
That'd be the first and last time we ever talk to Stephen Ross.
I think it's worth it.
Why not? What the heck, right? Okay, well, the Canes tonight in the Fiesta Bowl taking on Ole Miss.
Go Canes!
Yeah, CANES. I hope we coming here tomorrow, and they're moving on to the national championship. That'd be amazing to see them playing at Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah. Would you go to that game?
Probably not, because the tickets are going to be insanely expensive. But I'll dabble to see. Like I had said yesterday, there are some concerts and things like that to check out. So there will be some events around the national championship that we might go sniff that you can do for little to no money.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. They got to win tonight, though, before we even get there. So best of luck to the Canes. Y'all enjoy your day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.